my god, Chris and Paige from Married at First Sight have gotten back together. You guys, I couldn't even make this stuff up. It's that crazy. So much stuff is going on. I don't want to waste any time, so let's just jump right into this one. Number one, we got to see a few episodes ago that it did look like Chris ended up telling Paige, hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to my ex-fiance Mercedes, and that is that. We are going to work it out and raise this baby. Then in the last episode, we got to see Chris and Paige and his ex-fiance Mercedes come together, and in that little meeting, Mercedes, Chris's ex-fiance, said, I am not taking Chris back. So right then and there, we were like, wait, what? But after that meeting, you could see Chris was freaking mad. And the funniest thing was Paige and Chris's ex-fiance Mercedes were kind of buddy-buddy. They were kind of getting along, and Chris was really mad. But we started off this episode of Chris talking with Paige. It was more towards the end of the episode. They were talking. They were kind of talking about some differences. And boom, right then and there, Paige basically just told them off. And I was like, yeah, woo, let's go. Let's go, Paige, good for her. And then about a split second later, she went and talked to the producers. She kind of had a change of heart, I guess, and she told him, how she really feels. He kind of told her how he feels, I should say in quotes, so I can guarantee y'all it is not true. And then one thing led to another, and they both kind of agreed, well, let's just start at a blank slate. Let's start this relationship over and try to really make it work. And when I heard that, like I said, I was cheering her on. I was, this is amazing, this is phenomenal. And then all of a sudden I go, oh my god, is she trying to get back together with him? And one thing led to another, like I said, and they actually are freaking going to try and make it work again. And if you are wondering, okay, well, didn't they already try? What is going, they've been back and forth, but there's been so much craziness going on. I do want to say, if you are newer-ish to the Chris and Paige drama, I literally just wrote a blog post. I'm going to put the link above or below this video. It's going on my blog, and where you can go and check it out and read it for yourself. It's a literal timeline of all the events of Chris getting his ex pregnant and then going on the show. It's a literal freaking timeline if you want to keep up to date of everything that's been going on, because so much drama has already been going on, and now there's even more coming out now, so there's just so much stuff going on, and I wanted to make a blog post, one universal spot we can all go to just to keep up with this drama. So I'm going to put a link above or below this video to that blog post if you want to check it out for yourself. But oh my god, whew. Long story short, Chris and Paige, yeah, they are getting back together. They're going to try and make this marriage work, which is just freaking unbelievable. And if you're wondering, well, what happened before that? We did get to see Chris's friend, Pastor Dwight, I believe, talk to Paige. And if you're wondering why, well, in the last episode, 2 episodes ago, we got to see Chris sit down with his buddy, Pastor Dwight, and kind of explain that he got his ex pregnant, and now he's going to go over to her, and he's going to end the marriage. And this pastor friend, supposedly his friend, was freaking mad. And then we got to see in this episode, like I said, Pastor Dwight talked to Paige, and then he was basically 100% agreeing with Paige. He was siding against his buddy Chris, and let's be real, Chris, he's been doing a lot of dumb stuff, so he wasn't saying nice stuff. But the funniest thing is, Chris has now gone off on social media, literally going off on this Pastor Dwight guy in the past couple of days, and he was just freaking going crazy, saying that he's not his friend anymore. He's done with him, and he will not be talking to him at all anymore because he went behind his back. And I do get it, but it's still like, you know what, Chris, you did a lot of dumb stuff, and this Pastor Dwight guy is just telling the truth. But Chris is claiming, like in literal present day, just a day or so ago, he posted on social media saying all this stuff, and he's claiming that once the cameras got on Pastor Dwight, he was a totally different person. He totally changed. Do I believe it? Not really. I mean, I guess there's a possibility, but I think the Pastor Dwight guy was just looking at this with open eyes, and he said, oh yeah, Chris is doing a bunch of dumb stuff. So Paige met with Pastor Dwight, they talked, and then after that, we did get to see Chris and Paige sit down and I guess work out their marriage. The thing I will say though is when Paige and Pastor Dwight were talking, Paige said something that is just so freaking interesting. She said, I have not seen a pregnancy test. I have not seen any of the doctor paperwork for this pregnancy. And she goes, I'm starting to not even believe that Mercedes is pregnant. And if you didn't already hear the news, spoiler alert, but Chris and, this Mercedes lady, his ex-fiance, were spotted like 2 weeks ago in Mexico together, and there was no baby. She was doing a lot of this and a lot of other stuff too. There was no baby. And that's why I made a video not so long ago talking about how she was not even pregnant. However, Chris, like a day or so, came out on social media and claims that they actually lost the baby in like October, I believe. And so this just all begs the question, was the whole thing fake. Now, I do not want to come out here and say I'm saying that she's faking it or he's faking it. If they did lose that baby, that is incredibly unfortunate, and I wish them well, and that sucks. So I really do have them in my heart and my prayers and everything if it is true. But I'm going to keep that if in there because this guy has lied and lied and lied and lied. I think he wants fame. I think he wanted drama, and I honestly think there is a 50-50 chance that he came on this show, he made up the pregnancy, he was still with his ex-fiance, and that was it. And he wanted to use the, the ex-fiance and the pregnancy as drama and to get off the show, and that's probably what he's going to do. But at least as of now on the show, he is going to try and make his relationship work with Paige. So comment below what you guys think of Chris and Paige. I don't know where this is going. I have no idea. We do now know, though, that Chris is not having a baby. They lost the baby. Maybe the baby wasn't even real. I have no idea. End of story. Comment below what you guys think. And if you want to see the timeline I made, I'll put a link above or below this video. Check it out. It's a blog post. Pretty kind of honestly just funny. And I'm going to keep adding to it the more that this drama keeps coming out. But anyway, we got to see them. Ton of drama. And no, that was not all the drama in this episode. We also got to see a bunch of other people, starting off with Jacob and Haley. And oh my god, this Jacob guy is a totally different person than I ever expected. When I saw Jacob, I thought he was going to be boring and quiet and polite and keep to himself. Now, the boring and quiet and that kind of stuff, that is true. But the polite and just keep to himself, no. He is doing something that would freaking annoy the crap out of me. So in this situation, I'm rooting for Haley because this is what's going on. Honestly, Haley, she has no interest in the guy. The 80s, a bunch of other stuff, his personality, his shyness. I'm sorry, guy, but that is just that's the reality of this situation. She is not feeling it. So they don't have much synergy. He's kind of trying, but he's very shy, and she has totally closed this door. She has no interest whatsoever, and Jacob is totally reading that, and he's trying to kind of talk to her. Hey, are you attracted? She said, no, I am not attracted to you, and that has been the big fight all episode. But the worst thing is they have all these issues, and they keep going back and forth, and Jacob is putting words in her mouth. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's like every second he keeps making these assumptions. Who knows if they're true? I don't have any idea. But he keeps making these assumptions that you're doing this, you're doing that, and honestly, they kind of are true. He keeps blaming her that she's closing her doors and she won't be vulnerable, and that is 100% true. But he's making these assumptions. Maybe they're true, maybe they aren't, but it's like, dude, you gotta stop making assumptions. Stop putting words in her mouth. You don't know how she's feeling. He's trying to kind of talk it out, but he also won't ask her to talk it out, kind of, and Haley's starting to get freaking mad. So she's really upset. She's not happy, and she's basically 110% closed the door and done with this whole married at first sight thing, and I think she's just going along with emotions. And the shame of this whole thing is if she was a little bit more open and he was a little bit less weird, I think they had a chance of staying together. But at this current state, they have no chance, no shot. There is no way she is going to say yes. Now, he might say yes. Probably not, though. I think he's starting to kind of get frustrated, too. But I think he would have said yes. But Haley, oh my god, there's absolutely no way. So they were fighting about that. Then, after she called him not attractive the next day, I think he wanted to talk about it and kind of try to work it out. But it's like, he didn't ask her. And so she ended up going to Paige's apartment, upstairs or something. And it's like, that's when, he wanted to talk about it. But he never asked her to talk about it. So it's like, okay, once again, he's keeping crap in his head. He's not really saying things. And how would she know? And he got really mad that she went to go see Paige. But it's like, how would she know you wanted to talk? So it was just one thing after another, honestly. Kind of annoying, kind of stupid. And this, for me, the Jacob thing I don't like is he's putting words in her mouth. And I hate when people freaking do that. So more on them in a couple minutes. Now I want to talk about Eric and Virginia because we have some other breaking news on them. Oh my god, this is gonna sound really weird, but I have a roommate who is a freaking major stalker. No, he's a freaking, private investigator, practically. He should be. And he was watching the show with me, and he realized that Eric used to be married, and I have no idea what does his ex-wife look like. We have not seen the picture. No one had any idea, but we went on his Facebook, then we went on Eric's mom's Facebook, then we ended up going on Eric's, grandma's Facebook, and we ended up finding his ex-wife, and boom, there she is. And when I say they, I totally mean he. I had nothing to do with the freaking thing, but oh my god, there is Eric and his ex-wife. That is her. And let me tell you guys something. I thought Eric was a freaking nerd going into this show. I thought he was a, oh my god, nerd. The guy was a nerd. But I'll tell you guys one thing. His wife and even Virginia. Now, Virginia, he got married at first sight, so she really didn't have much say in it. But I'll tell you what, the first wife, she is really good looking. I mean, she is stunning. And you guys want to know something even kind of funnier? We found out that we believe that she actually got remarried in March of 2020. And yeah, guess who went and got married at first sight in June of 2020? Eric. So I have no idea if he did that because he wanted to get back at her or he kind of felt lonely and dumb. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't even know if she got remarried. Pretty unlikely, but maybe he doesn't even know. I really don't know, but I do know it looks like in March 2020, just a few months before he got married, she got married. Now, I don't know if he was already trying to get on married at first sight before then, but if he was not, it's kind of pretty good evidence that he might have just went on this whole show just because he felt bad and he felt awkward and he felt lonely because his ex-wife, his first wife, got married and he is still single. So pretty interesting crap. I have to admit, you guys, maybe some of the ladies can, disagree, but I feel like Eric is just, he's kind of a dorky, nerdy kind of a guy, and how is he getting all these beautiful women? Because Virginia, she's good looking too, and she's totally into him, but either way, that's the ex-wife, and let me tell you all something, she freaking looks great. But that's the ex. Now on to Virginia, the present, and they're doing great. They really, I feel like Eric has some trust issues. He's kind of a weird, bizarre guy. He made a couple comments, ironically, about his ex-wife, and they were talking about love. They were talking about how, Eric has not been in love since his ex-wife just a few years ago, and it's like, for me, that didn't seem very shocking, but the issue for her was he was saying he's been comparing all his previous relationships to his ex-wife, and they're trying to kind of meet the par. Whatever. I think they have great chemistry, Eric and Virginia. I feel like he's trying to kind of be someone that he's not with all the partying crap, but either way, they're definitely kind of hitting it off. And when I say kind of, I mean really. Now, if we're going to compare them to Jacob and Haley and Chris and Paige, they're incredibly hitting it off. And to the point where they even said, both of them, I love you. Now, Eric said it first. Eric, he did this whole song and dance. It was honestly, it was partly kind of cute, partly kind of cheesy. Basically, what he did was he wanted to show his love to Virginia, which is sweet. So he went over to his apartment, he made her dinner, and then after they had dinner, she was so happy. Then he ended up pulling out his guitar. He played her a little riff. I was waiting for him to start singing. He didn't sing. He was just kind of playing a little guitar riff. It was pretty good, whatever. And then anyway, after that, she was all happy and sweet and thought it was so romantic, and the lights were dim, and he had candles lit, and it was just hilarious. Typical Eric being the romantic man that he is. And then he said, listen, I have great feelings for you. I have, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, anyway, I love you. And she had this big, gigantically huge smile. It was honestly pretty cute. And she said, I love you too. So Eric and Virginia, they freaking love each other. They're doing well. And Eric's wife is a cutie. That's all we're actually, no, don't worry, Virginia, she's cute. She does this too much. She drinks way too much for me even to consider, even though she's now married, but she just parties way too much even. I mean, that's unbelievable. Honestly, we have not seen her once in this show. Literally not one time did we see her in the last episode. It was like they were doing brunch once, she had a mimosa, then they were doing this, and she was doing this, that, and the other. She's constantly drinking. I have not seen her one time in the show where she is not. It's pretty freaking, honestly, kind of almost concerning. But she loves to party, so be it. She can do her own thing. But one thing I know for sure, Eric's ex-wife is, oh my god, she's good looking. And Eric and Virginia, apparently they do love each other. Now on to another couple, Vincent and Brianna. They were quiet this episode. They were not much of them. Here's the deal with them. Brianna, I love her dearly. I think she is just as cute as a freaking button. She's cute, she's sweet, she's pretty, she's funny. She's just honestly I don't want to say I have a catch. I don't want to say I have a crush on her because I think she's gonna stay with this guy, but I kind of have a little crush on her. Anyway, here's the deal. She's sweet and she's awesome, and this Vincent guy, I'm liking him a lot less and less. I don't dislike him. I just think the guy's a big teddy bear baby. He's a baby. That's his problem. He's a baby. I don't know if he was spoiled, but he's a freaking baby. So, they were talking, everything was good. He bought her a bike. They were happy. They were cute. They were doing good. They were real happy. Now, we did not see much of them. Let me say, there was really not much, but they were happy together. They were doing well. Then all of a sudden, they went to a dance class, and I don't blame the guy. He was frustrated. He has no rhythm. He's very awkward. He's also on national television. He's also in a hot room with a button-down shirt, and I know from first-hand experience, it gets sweaty. He was sweating his you-know-what off, and I don't blame the guy. And so he was starting to get frustrated, but instead of just kind of laughing it off and being like, wow, this kind of sucks, and laugh it off and just move on, put a fake smile on your face, he was super frustrated, like on camera to Brianna. So I don't know what, and it's just like, it's every little thing with this guy. It seems like if he just kind of gets rubbed the wrong way, he'll throw a hissy fit, and then he'll act like a big baby, and it's one thing after another with him. I don't dislike him. I think he's a good guy, like 70. I think he's a good guy just in general, but he can throw those hissy fits, and it's like, dude, it's got to be a major turnoff. It's something he has to work on. That's all. I think he has this kind of somewhat of a temper, and it's almost more like he's just a big bad. He's a big baby, kind of more than like, it's not even like he's getting mad. It's like he's just a baby, and it's honestly kind of freaking annoying. And I have a real hard time seeing Brianna not being mad about it, but they kind of talked about it. He kind of wore it off, and it really wasn't that big of a deal, even though I think she was kind of getting frustrated. But then we got to see in a preview for the next episode. So once again, sunshine, rainbows, they're happy. They both said that they love each other, they're doing well, and so they're fine. They're no issues. I don't want to say I have a major crush on her. I think she's still probably going to be married once this video comes out, but I think she's cute, I think she's sweet, and I think they're a great couple. However, he needs to work on that freaking baby mentality, temper, flare-up kind of thing, because it's really freaking annoying. But anyway, got to see them, and last but not least, we got to see Ryan and Clara. And I'm telling y'all one thing, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, they are on a downward spiral. You can say what you want, you can think what you want. They are on this really, 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 really slow downward spiral. It's not going fast. They're not spiraling out of control by any means. But when they first started, they both liked each other. They're both attracted to each other. They're both hitting it off, kind of. But they were trying to kind of keep it like it's a perfect relationship. They weren't trying to fight. They were trying to not have any issues for the most part. But now the problem is this. In the bedroom, they have not done the deal. They have not sealed the deal. And honestly, oh my God, they're the last couple not to. Who would have thought? I would not have thought that. I would have thought Eric and Virginia, but Eric and Virginia are definitely doing it. And yeah, this couple, they have not, that is really funny. Yeah, they have not done it yet. They have done stuff, but not it. And yeah, you know, Clara's freaking mad. She's frustrated. She wants to. Ryan, he's a pastor's son. He's trying to kind of go slow and get to know her. You know, I'm probably more on Clara's side at this point, to be honest, but he's trying to go slow. That's great for him, and she's starting to get frustrated. So she's really upset, and I feel like the frustration's really starting to show in this last episode. And then Ryan also, I feel like he's kind of a little bit, he's just different than her. He's so into fitness, he's so into eating healthy, and apparently Clara is not, because she has this donut obsession and a cookie dough obsession and all this kind of other stuff. Not obsession, she likes her sweets. And Ryan, he really doesn't. So they were kind of talking about that. They're just, at the end of the day, they're very different people, and I would not be shocked whatsoever if Clara says that she wants to get a divorce. Because, I mean, here's the deal. They have similar interests. They do have some similarities, very, very, very vaguely, but they have some. But it's like, I just think Ryan's taking so slow to get to where she wants to go, and I think Clara's a very fast person, and unless he can slow her down, or unless he can progress more, I think they're going to get a divorce. So they were kind of fighting about that. There was some comments thrown kind of back and forth, a little bit of hostility, but they're doing okay, but they're definitely not progressing, and they just need to seal the deal. And the bright side for them is it looks like in the next episode, Dr. Viviana, who is the love doctor, whatever that even means, she comes on the episode, she talks to them, and I would not be shocked if they're going to try to kind of talk out some of the frustrations or whatnot in the good old bedroom, and maybe they can seal the deal and, you know, go to that next step. So not really sure, but Married at First Sight, oh my God, you guys, this Chris and Paige drama, it's never ending. It's unbelievable, and I don't know what's going to happen from here. All I know is that Chris and Paige are now going to work out their relationship and try to make it work and try to get back together. I don't know how long that's going to go, and honestly, at this point, I'm kind of freaking mad at Paige, because it's like it's happening again and again and again, and you're still taking this idiot back. So it's just stupid. I feel bad. I felt bad for Paige. Now I'm kind of just like, you know what? There's some saying that it's like if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's insanity, something kind of like that. Okay, that's what Paige is doing. So at this point, I'm kind of just washing my hands of it. I'm just going to let it play out. I'm not even going to make a comment. I used to feel bad for Paige, but now I'm kind of just like, she knows the mistake she's going to make. It's stupid. She needs to block this guy's number and move on. But maybe there's another incentive. Maybe you can get more money. Maybe you don't get any money. Maybe you have to stay on the show. I don't know how this works. Maybe you have to stay on the show. Maybe you know, I don't know. Maybe there's another incentive to it. I really have no idea, but it's pretty freaking crazy. Well, alright, y'all, Married at First Sight. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did enjoy this video, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit the comments below, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.